folks. Thanks for joining me tonight on another episode of Monday Night Slot Car Live, where I go live with the slot car community. And tonight, we're finally going to get to say hi to the Georgia Mountain Man. We're going to say hi to Blue Ridge Racing tonight and say hi to Chris Baylis. Are you guys ready? Let's meet Chris.
Hey, everybody.
Chris. How you doing, brother?
Good. You finally got my face on. You finally got my face on the screen. I never show it.
I had to pay extra for that. All right. So let's see who's in the house tonight before we dig into the book. Okay. So as usual, I want to thank everyone for being here. Absolutely fantastic. Let's see if we can use it. There we go. That's a little better. So, of course, my moderator, Robert Fish. I'm sure you know Robert, Chris.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, Robert's here. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it. Of course, he's my moderator. We got 3 Bean Raceway. Dan, thank you very much.
Hey.
The story to how he got his name was pretty cool. If you haven't heard it, please refer back to last Monday. It was pretty hilarious. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate it. Cyberg, thank you very much for joining us, brother. Absolutely fantastic. John Tucci, thank you, brother. Absolutely appreciate it. All right, Steve's in the house. Steve will be a guest coming up. He has some really innovative ideas, and we're going to inquire about them, you could say, and it's actually, I think, something any HO or almost any scale could really do some use with. So we'll have a talk with Steve coming in the near future. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it, brother. Whew, things are flying by. Here we go. Slot Car Hub, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Good morning. Other end of the globe. We appreciate it. Thank you. Fantastic. Oh, here we are. Donald, thank you, brother. He's also a member and another one of my moderators. Thank you very much, Donald. I appreciate it. And Di, thank you. There you go, Chris. Legend
Thanks.
In the slot car category.
Thanks, Di.
There you go. Nice. Thank you.
I learned it all from Dan.
In reverse, yeah, we learned from everybody here, though. That's the whole thing. All right, Baby Pop, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Slot Car Daddy, Ted, thank you, brother. Fantastic. All right, so we have Chris tonight with us, and just to get it started, I'm going to ask the question I ask every single one of my guests. What's your story to slot car glory, Chris? What brought you to slot cars today?
What brought me to slot cars today? Well, in January of 2022, I was bored with the second year of COVID winter, and I wanted to do something. And I had this wonderful room up here with a pool table, had a ping pong top you could put on it, dartboard, TV, that never gets used.
Oh.
And because my wife doesn't like pool, and I'm not going to come up here and play pool by myself. So,
All right.
I want to do something. Over the years, I've thought back to my childhood. I wasn't extensive in slot cars as a kid. And the ones that I did have were the bigger ones, like 132nd, like you now have too. Either that or 143rd, I don't remember. But I had no place to set up a track, so I'd use it for Christmas and the week after and put it away, and then I wouldn't take it out. And then by junior high, 7th grade, 12 years old, I'm into sports and girls.
Yeah.
So slot cars went by the way.
Right.
And I bought a set when my son was 3 years old in like 81. And I'm pretty sure it was AFX, but it had these tracks that you kind of push them together, not completely matching, but a little bit off and then click them like that. So they had these little tabs that you had to click in. Well, those damn things all broke off. So I took it out one time when he was like 14 and it wouldn't work, and I threw it away and didn't think about it again. But every about 5 years, I thought about slot cars, and I wanted to make a setup like these train things I'd seen in these cities. You go visit, and they got all these buildings. And
oh my gosh, hey!
Boy, that'd be fun. So I went to this Smoky Mountain hobby shop over in a little town called Andrews, about 45 minutes from here, and started talking to the guy, and I said, "What scale would you go if you wanted to get into slot cars?" He said, "I'd go HO." And I said, "Why?" He said, "There's more accessories and more things and a lot more available easily for them than there is for the other scales." And I said, "Oh, okay." So I bought a slot car track, and I wanted one that had the most feet that I could get to go on a ping pong table, and that was the Giant Raceway. And I didn't think about a 4-lane track, primarily because I don't know enough people up here that would, and we live so far apart. Everybody's 30 minutes from everybody.
Right,
to get together and do racing. Like Mark does at his house. Well, he's surrounded by millions of people. So I went with the 2-lane, and once I just threw it up on the table, and then I said, grass would look good.
Yeah.
Whoa, half desert would look good. And I started with the 2 F1 cars and the Pro Tinker toy truck, the 56 Ford. I bought that from.
Oh my
Ryan.
gosh, hey.
Yeah, and I thought, I love this truck. Well, I had to modify the whole track. All the bridges had to go up higher to get the truck underneath it.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. If it's
so
something
then,
you're not used to.
Yeah, after I did that, I don't know, a month or two, I said, I should make a video about doing that, because I bet there's other guys getting into this. We get into it when we're older. We have money to throw at it, so let's do it.
Right.
So I made my first video, and it was all about raising the track. And then it took off from there. And here we are 2 years later, 2.5 years, whatever it is. So that's how I got into it.
And you're here. So did you ever think, when you first started, did you really think you were gonna get to the point where you'd have 1,000 subscribers, just as a benchmark?
Not at all.
No kidding, right?
No kidding. That's right. I didn't, subscribers. I wasn't even sure what they were at first. Everybody's talking about, I want to hit 1,000. Like,
right.
Okay. Well.
And here you are. But it's because, in large part, it's because of your style of making slot car videos, and you're absolutely awesome. Everyone agrees. And even let's see, where are you? I just seen here. This is it. Comment of the night right here. Sweetest slot car room in North America.
Thanks, Fish.
Yeah, I have to agree with them. It's absolutely a pretty kick-ass slot car room.
I'm pretty fortunate to have this. I really am.
Yeah.
And very grateful for it. So I know I'm pretty lucky.
Yeah. So.
But I never thought I'd be doing this. No, I didn't. And now I've met a lot of people, and I'm going to meet 5 guys at the Cleveland Slot Car Show.
Yeah.
That all came from making YouTube videos.
Right.
Pretty cool.
And it's amazing how the community all comes together like that.
It is.
Everybody wants to be in the same. In the United States, like for the Cleveland show, which is going to be huge, Cleveland is sort of like it's centralized, if you will, in the slot car community. So there's going to be so many people there. Something like this in Canada, I don't know, man. I sort of have to live vicariously through everybody who's going to be there. You know what I mean? Robert Fish should actually be there, so I'll be.
He's actually going to come down.
Well, we're working on it, or he's working. I shouldn't say we're. It's like I have something to do with it. No.
Brian will have a heart attack. Brian will have a heart attack.
Yeah. Well, I think that what might make it so interesting, right? So.
I'm glad I'm going to be there.
All right. So, which out of your collection, what do you enjoy driving the most?
Um, it's funny. I have a variety. My primary enjoyment comes from AFX cars.
Yeah.
Uh,
And why is that?
because they work,
Okay. Well,
but they're consistent.
yeah, I think that's what I like about them. And you say you have grandkids racing too and stuff?
I have now they're in June they turned 5 and 7, so right now they're 4 and 6.
Yeah.
And even them, when they take out of their car box, they each have one Auto World car. It's a Jeep. In their little slot car box, they have 5 cars.
Oh, nice.
And they take that Jeep out, and the first thing they ask me is, Gramps, is this one of those cars you have to warm up? And I said, yep, you got to warm it up. And they take it about halfway around and stop and say, I want a different one. This one doesn't go right. From the mouths of babes.
Oh my gosh, eh?
I've had good luck with a couple of extraction chassis or a couple of 4-year chassis. But I like running the Super G Pluses, the SRT cars, and the Mega G cars, the old inline motor cars. And it just, you can run them slow and you can run them fast, depending if you have the right controllers. You can't do that with a 120 ohm controller, as we all know. So, as a matter of fact, I'm in the process of buying 2 of those controllers that you bought, those yellow ones with the little knob.
Oh yeah, those are amazing.
I'm buying those for my grandkids because I turn this up to 15 volts for them for the Auto World cars, and they can't keep the other cars on, obviously. So,
right.
I'm going to get some of those for them. And then every now and then, I'll go through phases and I'll try I'll try these Auto World cars.
Right.
Extractions. But not as often as I do 4-gear cars. The trucks. Then I'll go through a phase and I'll run F1 cars. I'm in the process of getting that system that Adam Hurt put in his track. Is it Viasu?
Oh, I'm not sure if it's Viasu or Track. Yeah, I think Adam has Viasu.
Yeah.
Because there's Viasu and TrackMate.
I'm pretty sure it's Viasu because I saved the link.
Right.
And I'm in the process of getting that so that then I could start doing time trials. Because now I film with my phone. So I'm limited to what the phone can do.
Right.
I can't start it and stop it.
Oh, yeah.
I can't pause it.
Okay, so have you seen my review of the Carrera timer?
I did.
What did you think of that?
I thought about that. I'd seen it once before, and somebody had adapted it to an HO track.
Yeah.
And I thought, that could work. But with what I really want to do with it is I want to create a number of different things within that software by car.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay. And so, all right, now this is the fastest lap I got with this Tyco 440 X2.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You
know what? That totally makes sense, brother. That's just like the Carrera app does all that for you too. I get it.
Does it?
Absolutely, you do. Yeah.
Okay. So that's kind of what I want to do with it. Right now, if I want to time anything, again, taken from you, I learned a lot from you, Dan. I took that lap tracker app on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? For $1.99, you can't beat that thing.
No, you can't, right? That
but
is
you
one
can't
of the
show,
things I would do again.
You can't show run times of your cars when you're using your phone to film it.
You see, that's the problem that I had, right? So then I loaded onto my wife's phone, and I got loaded onto the iPad.
Yep.
So, yeah, they got their money from me from like 3 different ways, so it's hilarious. But it works so good, it's just so convenient is what it is.
Oh, it is. It really is.
I like how visual it is and stuff like that, so that's good. Oh,
and I've seen that software up on people's screens. and I'm pretty sure it can. I've seen that guy, that Doing It Speedway guy.
Oh,
He has all those family races in his basement.
Yeah,
He's showing a lot of stuff on there.
Oh, you see, that's like, to me, that's the secret. Just
Yeah.
like yours, you need lots to see because, to be honest, people get bored really quick, and they start wandering. And when you give them stuff to look at, they won't leave.
Yeah.
You're just in the background talking now while they're checking out your shit. Because we all know everybody likes to see what everybody else has, right?
Right.
Because it's just human nature that way. So
now I'm going to have to build a mount that lets my camera rotate.
Oh, that would be cool, right?
I could do that with a 24-volt DC motor and a timer board.
Oh, that's what you need to do then, for sure.
I'll have to start working on that.
Where are we here? Okay. Let's have a look at the poll now for those of us who were participated in the poll. And if you haven't, please do so quickly. I'm about to close the poll. And so the poll was, what do you guys think about the new F1s in HO? In HO scale? Are they a must for you? And we have... Polls ended. Chris is a must. I'm a must. And we have no at 44%. Yes at 40. And couldn't give a shit at 15. So I want to thank you all for participating tonight in tonight's poll. It does look like most people either way couldn't really give a shit. But tonight we have a quick segment here we're going to break into before we do the giveaway. The segment is What's in the Box? And oddly enough, it has something to do with our poll tonight. So before we give away the goods,
I'm going to turn this overhead light on.
All right, guys. So quickly, we'll have a look, see what's in the box. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So here we go. Just in the mail. Just in the mail. I'm sure everybody got theirs already. I live in Canada, so that means I'm still technically waiting for it. These are just like pictures, probably. All right. So here we go. Let me hold it up so you can actually see it. Number 77. And number 24. Nice looking cars. Cool labeled tires. Really nice styling. Brand new tooling. Obviously new packaging for these. But yet there's still no you still don't know what car this is unless you know what it is, because they don't tell you on the packaging. Obviously we all know it's the Alfa Romeo F1. But it doesn't say that there anymore.
Mine says it, Dan. Dan, right here.
Oh, on the back though, Chris. I mean,
it says it on the back.
Yeah, on the front though. I mean.
Oh no, don't.
Yeah. No, it would be nice if maybe like Auto World puts a little label there on the front so you know what it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think that would make it a little bit easier for the buyer. But I mean, when we all know, because we're all sort of in the hobby, that, you know, they're coming. We already pretty much know what they are. I think the company just takes it for granted, kind of, that we would know what this is. But like I said, if you're like getting into the hobby, then you know what these are because of what they look like. But do you know what they are? You know what I mean? They're the F1s, the Alfa Romeo F1. It would be nice if it were printed there somewhere. But other than that, great styling, package looked nice.
I've
Two
had
new ones.
I had to teach my wife that stuff, Dan, so that if I die, she can put them away for the grandkids in their holders.
Oh, there you go. Right? Yeah, this is a couple more of my F1 collections.
Nice.
I just wanted to throw a couple on here. The rest are downstairs. I don't want to start moving them around too much, but all right. So, what's the plan for the track, Chris? I know we heard you were saying something a little bit about buying a timing system.
Yep, I'm gonna buy a timing system. I'm looking at changing out one of my curves to a bank curve.
Right. They're asking, what are your thoughts on HO cars getting too big to run on the track without touching?
Well, since most of my running is on my own, other than the wintertime, I haven't really run into that problem, except my friend that does come over and race. He always waits at the squeeze track for me, and he knocks me off there.
Right?
But you can get knocked off in an unprotected corner because they are so big. Because no matter how much the magnets are, they're still going to move a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And, you know, but Auto World is not exempt from large size cars, because I'll show you something right here. These are going to both be Nomads.
Hey, Joe. Thanks for joining us, brother. I appreciate it.
These are both Nomads, 57 Nomads. Wait, I got the wrong one. Look at the difference in these two cars.
Oh, yeah. So what's going on there, Chris?
This one, you get the camera right.
Yep.
This one is smaller. But then you take this 57, this 55,
yeah,
and this 55, and they're all bigger.
That's all the PTT exclusives?
Yep.
Huh. But it does, it's not like Brian made the mold, but Auto World is in control of that mold, right? So by the looks of it, the mold got bigger?
I think they have two molds.
Oh.
One of them must be an older mold, because I noticed with all the older Aurora cars that I had, that I got in that big collection from my brother-in-law, they're all small. They're all 187th.
Right.
Some of these are, AFXs are 164. And some of these Auto Worlds are 164 and some are 187.
Yes, very true.
So they're putting out two different kinds, two different sizes, which is a little bit confusing.
Yeah, I have to agree with you that when you're looking at the cars and how wide they are, it's their creative freedom is running out of space.
They can't make them any wider unless they do something different with the track.
Right, and that is something that everyone's been going on about for a little while now. The cars really weren't an issue. I remember when I first started making videos and stuff, Robert Fish was always on my case about how there's no way you could run 4 AFX cars. And to date, that video of running all 4 of those cars on the track is one of my more popular videos, and it's literally 4 cars running on my track. But it's cool to see, and it just shows that you can, but we're literally at the limit. With 4 Peugeots on the track, you're now maximizing your track for sure.
Yeah, and those are some wide cars.
They are, and these new Mustangs and Camaros, that's it. There's no room. I keep showing this one here, and this was just my demonstration where you can see the card is not even touching the track right now because the 2 cars are pinched together.
Yeah.
Look at it, right? Here we go.
Yep. Wow.
So there's no space.
Nope.
So we're tapped for space now. And my next question to you was, where do you think the hobby's going? Because I'll tell you right now, my opinion is it's a bit of a cash grab from the car manufacturers because there's no innovation going on. So that just means they're just restamping the same old, same old. What's your thought on that, Chris? I've always wanted, this is a question I've wanted to ask you for a while now. What is your thought on HO?
I think if they don't start making new molds and new vehicles and come up with something a little bit more innovative. I mean, I understand why they went to the Mega G Plus with the canned motor. That's a manufacturing issue. That saved them a ton of money by having that little motor sticking in there.
Yep. And very trustworthy too, might I add.
Yes. But unless they come up with something different, they're going to lose enthusiasts. Mm-hmm. But most important, what I fear is they will lose collectors.
Oh, there you go.
There were some cars that came out this year that I did not buy. I did not buy all the Mustangs and all the Corvettes.
Right.
I didn't feel I had a need because they weren't overly impressive.
Right.
This one here. This orange one. We all remember when that came out. Yeah. They made a red one. I don't have the red one. Same with the Corvettes. As you know, I run almost all my cars. I have 5 cars over there on my table that are in the packages. I mean, I've unopened $300 cars.
Yeah.
Put them on the track because that's what I want to do with them. But when those older cars go away, that's what I'm seeking out. And now I'm at a point to where a couple of the cars I do want are 300 and north. I'm not paying $300 for a slot car. It's not going to happen.
No.
It's just not. That was the price of my whole set.
Right.
But they got to come up with some. I mean, this F1. I haven't seen a new in the 2 years other than the new F1s that you just showed, which I got my 77. I haven't seen an F1 from AFX in a while. In the 2 years I've been doing it, 2.5 years.
Oh my gosh.
That's the first F1 I've seen other than what came in my set.
Right.
So that's a good road to go down because there's some good liveries in the F1 marketplace out there.
Well, right now I think they're trapped to just the Alfa Romeo liveries for that one race team with the 2 drivers. That's why we keep getting 2 cars with 2 different numbers on them. And then the next 2 will be the exact same race team. And then either they can make more race cars for that team, or AFX is going to have to start creating their own liveries. And people have already said they want whites of this car really bad. This car will be kick-ass to get a white kit. Pit kit, I guess, if you're an HO, it would be a deluxe pit kit. To get a deluxe pit kit of this would be awesome, man. Woo! Man, so good.
But you'd have to go to Auto World to get a deluxe pit kit.
That's right, yeah, for one of them. Those are good, too. They're nice learning tools.
They are nice learning.
They're, the motor is still, the Auto World. It's not the can motor. The simplified slot car motor, I guess you could call it, in the end. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, but I mean they're gonna have to invest in some molds, and I know it's not easy. And having been affiliated with a company that we had our own molding company, molded a lot of our own parts. We made chemical injection systems, and molds aren't cheap.
No.
And there's a certain amount of product you have to sell to get your return on investment of building a whole new mold.
Oh, yes.
But what you can do with molds is you can make different inserts when you make the master mold to make different things out of that same mold.
Oh, add pieces, take them away?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go.
So, but they need to get innovative and start coming up with some new cars because, like I said, you know, a lot of the new stuff, I'm leaning to the old SRT and Super G stuff that I don't have.
Yeah, yeah. It's all gaining value now too, right?
Yeah. And the prices of that stuff just keep going up.
Because that's the tried and true. Those were good chassis, great cars. And then Auto World got a hold of a whole lot of chassis and shells that they really screwed with really bad, like the semis for one. The Aurora semis were really good. The trucks and trailers, the pins on the trailers were proper.
Look at this one. I don't know how old it is, but Ted told me it's pretty old.
Holy mackerel.
It's a rigging.
Oh, it's, wow.
It's almost like a Tyco Pro chassis, but it's not. It's a rigging. And it works.
It does, eh?
Yeah.
How does the trailer stay on it really good or what?
Well, yeah, I mean,
oh, Jesus.
It's pretty much on there, Dan.
That's the answer, everybody.
It's pretty much on there.
Oh, that's so cool, man. Right on. Yeah, well, I guess that's the way to keep the trailer on the truck. There you go, folks.
I can't run the trucks, which I am disappointed in because I really like that Mayflower truck.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
And I really wanted the Nestle Crunch truck, too.
Oh,
but
that one's got a nice livery as well.
I have too many elevation changes to run trucks.
Oh. It's hard to do, though, right? If even you have tight corners.
Yeah, I've got tight corners.
Yeah, so yours would be interesting. You would be one of those, like, let's time it, see if we can get it done under an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And you got this timing system coming that, you could be timing that if you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the first USA.
The thing about this hobby is as long as they keep it fun, they're going to keep the interest.
Yeah, well, that's just it. Yeah.
It's got to be fun.
So what's your thought on the track size? Is this something that needs to be addressed?
I think so. I think it's going to have to before too long because of the size of the cars.
Right.
But you introduce a new track size, all the folks with, 60, 70, 80 feet of old track are going to say, well, wait a minute now. I want that new stuff, but I don't want to pay for it.
Let's not forget the track's already been switched up a few different times. And people have bought the next newest and best thing. That's sort of what's got my mind. Like, I know there's a lot of people, like, you have your huge track, I have my track. We all have these big tracks made of everything that came before the next best thing. You know what I mean? Like, would I have to have this wider track? Well, I could certainly tell you I would have to check it out. That's for sure.
I'm sure I'd get it. I'm sure I'd get it.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what, as HO people, that's what we've always been waiting for. Always. The track design now has been the same. The original design was in the 60s, and then they upgraded it in the 80s, and now we're rolling on 80s track. Whereas if you think of a company like Carrera, they updated their track 10 years ago.
Okay.
So, and many different things going on there that could happen everywhere. So,
and I don't understand, Dan, why 140, why 143rd didn't take off. That's a pretty good little size car.
Carrera Go. Oh, sorry, 140. Yeah, Carrera Go, and it's actually taking off right now. Carrera really pushes it to kids because the cars
Mhm.
are affordable. They're like $20 each, and the track is literally like it's decent. It's nice, man. If you're only looking for like an analog set, you could run HO on that track as well.
And the
So
143rd cars too.
right, and I run the just on my track too. The cars run backwards because Carrera is wired in the opposite direction. So when I put an HO car on the track, it goes the other way at full
Oh,
speed. Yeah,
okay.
so it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, it's something different. And then yeah, see, and then people have all sorts of stuff, right? Once you have something, you get interested in something else, or something else that you're looking for is offered, and this is sort of the direction you go.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, and the Omni box. See, I got the Axle box coming right away, so we'll be having a big conversation about that with the person who donated to the channel. So we'll talk with them in the coming weeks. What's going on with golf? Who's gonna win the Masters, brother?
I'll give you the same answer every year.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be the one you least expect,
Right. Right.
which is a dream for us golfers. We like to see first time winners at the Masters.
Yeah. How refreshing, though, right?
It is. It
It
is.
lets you know that the sport is not being rocked by a single person or persons.
You know, and an interesting tidbit for this year's Masters, I'll just give this to you now, is the guy that won the golf tournament that finished yesterday. His name is Batia. Born and raised here in the U.S., his family immigrated over from India. 10 years ago, in 2014, he was at Augusta National where they play the Masters. And he played and he won the drive, chip, and putt. And 10 years later, he's returning to Augusta National and playing as a professional golfer. Because his win yesterday got him into the tournament this weekend.
Oh my gosh, eh? Happy!
I guess.
Oh, damn. Well, you never know, right? Stranger things have happened. Look at Danica.
Mm-hmm.
She got in there.
She did. Yep.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, eh?
She did get in there.
Yeah. Yeah, so okay. So we're about to have Warren from Slot Tech join us, and we're gonna go over the 4 questions of the day.
For this,
Uh-oh, why don't I see you?
I'm here.
Where are you?
I'm right here.
Yeah.
I can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. We can't see. Oh, that's because I didn't have the right screen on. But
Yeah.
shit happens. So, Warren, have you met Chris before?
No, I haven't. How you doing, Chris? Nice to meet
Good.
you.
Nice to meet you, Warren.
Excellent. I was
Right on.
listening. I was listening to you guys before I came in. I was in the stream listening.
Very
So-
good. Thanks, brother.
Good topic.
Okay, everybody in the comment section, please make sure you subscribe to both Chris and Warren. They're both in the description down below, and of course I made it easy for everybody, so there's no excuses or you're very, very bad.
Yeah,
Make
you
sure
called.
you hit the subscribe button.
You-
So are you ready? 4 questions of today.
One second. You called me Slot Tech. It's Light Tech.
Of course-
LightTechSlots.ca.
Oh my gosh, thank you, brother.
But
I'm
thanks.
so sorry. That
I'm
is
gonna
so
register
garbage.
that. I don't know. Maybe
I quit.
Slot
We're out of
Tech.
here. I'm gone.
Cheers.
All right. So, woo. Good save, brother. Well, I guess it's your business, so got to get it right. Okay, so 4 questions of the day.
Okay.
First
Do I have to
question
answer in
is,
chat?
What's that?
Do we answer in chat or just live?
Yes, everybody answer. Okay, here we go. 4 questions of the day, and then we're gonna get to the car. We're gonna get to the giveaway before we talk to Warren tonight. So here we go. First car. What kind of a car? This is your ultimate race car. What kind of car are you driving?
What kind of racing, Dan?
It doesn't matter. It's your race car. So if you are thinking of some big block, whatever, fine. Somebody could be thinking of a European race car. Like for me, I'm about to put BMW M4. I think that is a really cool looking race car.
Yeah.
Or I could, pick one of these right here, the Toyota GT1 or the CLK. And then, of course, next to those, we have the McLaren and the Pink Pig. Could be any of those. Okay?
Pink Pig's always a favorite.
Yeah, that's why she's up there. But, she's not sporting a wing. Got a lot of wings on my shelf lately, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so everybody got their car now by the looks of it?
Not yet.
Okay. Now, if you could have any company make this car for you, who would make this car? Now, it's a slot car, okay? So you could have whatever car you wanted, no problems. And now, if a slot car company could make your chassis the way you wanted it, this is the company it would be. My car would be the BMW, and I really like the styling of AFX, so oddly enough, it'll be an AFX. BRM, yeah. Revo could be. I'm a huge Revo fan, man. Love my Revos. Damn.
Those are really nice cars.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, eh? Just the styling are so great, man.
I'm gonna buy one just to look at it.
Right? Wait till I show the yellow and green one coming up. Oh, here. Hang on a sec. I got that one handy, actually.
The new release?
That would be this one.
Whoa. That is sweet.
That's coming. I'm doing a review of that tomorrow, actually. Okay. So, what color would we be at now if this car had a color? For me, it's easy. It's red.
For Canada.
I like a red car.
Red for Canada.
I like a red car. Yeah. Woo! Okay. I like mine red.
Red's faster. Red's always faster, at least to 5.
That's right.
5%.
Now, if something had to be on this car, what would it be? Now, this is where, if, say, your favorite car is a Chevy, it would be, on this car would be like a big block or a blower.
I was going to say Pamela Anderson, but...
she's in the car. Not on it. Well, she can be on the car, I guess, but it's not going to be moving anywhere. Right? Blue and white Shelby. Says Slot Car Daddy. There you go, Ted. All right. And finally, question number 4. We'll get through this so we can get on with it. What number is going on that car? Damn. For me, it's 54. It's an easy one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, a lot of single, doubles. I think I seen somebody who had a 3-digit car number the other day. All right. So, of course, there's no right and there's no wrong. This is just our fantasy car. I'm always curious to see what people would like built. And I hope one day manufacturers will actually pay attention to the community. Because if they looked, they would certainly see things that probably open their eyes, I would have to say.
Yeah.
So, it's time to do the draw. Okay, you guys remember this is the Slot Invasion with the added Slot Invasion Carrera guide with the urethane tires, and I've added the bushing bearings. You can see right there the purple right by my pinky here. It's hard to see, sorry. So right there.
In Canada, that's three beaver pelts.
Yeah, right.
It's up there.
Or a whole bunch of maple syrup, Robert Fish. Okay, and of course the shell with the proper chassis will also come with it, and I've explained that already. Okay. And oddly enough, only 4 people entered. So,
One of four is going to win.
those 4 people are, and must be in attendance to win. Those 4 people are Areres Carrera. Joe, are you here, brother? I know Tom from No Dramas here. There he is. Doug.
Doug's here.
Doug. Yeah, Doug's here. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
Joe.
so fast. Okay.
Good
So
luck.
let's make sure everyone chimes in here before I assign numbers. Doug's here. Doug, you'll be number 1. Tom,
Joe is
Tom,
watching a
you'll be
movie.
Tom,
with his
you'll be
wife.
number 2. Where's Joe? Is Areres Carrera still here? I know he was earlier. I seen him come in.
He said he was watching a movie with his wife.
So Fast is here. Okay. So Fast, you're number 3. Joe's number 4. Let's see if I can spin the wheel of death. Not exactly. Nobody's gonna die here. All right, here we go. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay. So we're gonna have 4 people. I've assigned numbers. We'll get that ready. I'll show you what we got going on here just so everybody knows. Okay, I'm gonna screen share now. Here we go, guys. Here. Okay. So what we have here is the spinner. It's now listed number 1 to 4. Doug is number 1. Tom is number 2. So Fast is number 3. And Joe is number 4. Are you ready? Here we go. All right. Come on, DJ, spin that wheel. Number 2. Tom, No Drama Slots. Hey, brother. Woo! There you go.
Nice.
Thank you very much, Tom. I appreciate it. Look at that. How the hell did they figure that one out, hey?
Congrats, Tom.
Right on the line. Up the right side of the line, obviously. Awesome. Okay. Wow, that was fantastic. Cool little thing. So that came up in our Discord. I can't remember who plugged that in there. But All right, so we don't need to watch my second screen anymore.
The spinny thing
The spinny thing, yeah. Who do you remember who had that?
was me. I used it on my draw for the March Madness.
That's what it was. That's what it was. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, Tom, right on, brother. Thank you very much for participating. And for those who weren't part of the kick-ass giveaway for free, 4 people entered, and well, that made 25. That's pretty good odds if you're a gambler, I guess. 25%. Only 4 people. Very good. But yeah, so the next giveaway is going to be one of these awesome looking F1s. It's literally going to boil down to which driver I hate the worst. That's like the most silliest way to ever do something, right? I don't know. I don't like the way his boots look. We're going to give his car away. Oh my gosh. But if they're going to put out another set of cars like that, I'll keep the other teammate's car on the next go round. So, like I said before, I'm more of a slot car user now than I am a collector, because it's well, let's just say we need steady, consistent product. And I think Chris touched on that quite a bit about what we need, and Warren can tell us quite a bit about that from the larger scale end of things. And there's always something to go on about. Yeah, making maple syrup lately. It's part of the heist, Donald. The heist. Yeah, Ted. It was on the last 2 Monday Night live streams. I let everyone know that I was going to be doing the Slot Invasion rear axle giveaway for the Carrera DTM cars. I was also adding in a upgraded set of bushing bearings, not just brass bushings, but bushing bearings, and a Slot Invasion guide for the cars. So I let everybody know for 2 weeks that they needed to go to my other channel, subscribe, say they wanted to be part of the contest, and these are the 4 people who I guess caught that part of my live. What did I miss? Well, look at this
Is
guy.
that Joe? You're so close, Joe. So close.
Yeah. Well, if you flip back a little bit, you can see the wheel spinning. You didn't win, but you were close. There was only 4 people, so you were never far away.
25% chance.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, you never know if you were here, you would have won. Never know. Trump probably would have said he would have won. We won't get into that.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. And it was number 2, Joe. Tom from No Drama Slots won. There it is. Taking the goods home. So, Tom, my email can be found on my YouTube page. Just hit me up and let me know what your address is and that kind of stuff. I'm going to need your address, and Canada Customs wants phone numbers too, because I guess instead of them having to look for somebody, they want to just be able to call them up. It's like, no, do a little work, man. It's like the shipping signature. Like, I never put one on yet, but I've shipped like 250 cars to the States.
What's it take? 8 months to get down here?
Oh
It takes a while.
Right? Yeah.
It definitely takes a while. I know I've sent stuff. Weirdly, though, some stuff got there really fast within 4 days. Like, but I mean, it was close. It was Illinois from me, and I'm in Ontario, to like Illinois, Colorado, 5 days to California. But then I've had stuff that went to like North Carolina and it's taken 7 days.
Right.
So,
and customs does what they want. My company, we used to manufacture and ship small commercial dishwashing machines to Mississauga. That's where my Canadian office was.
yeah.
And I've had it stuck in customs for 45 days.
Wow.
This is thousands of dollars worth of product.
Yeah.
They don't care once they got it.
Nope. No, they're just it's arbitrary too. Well, what I found out is in Canada, when you ship things in Canada, they'll decide what exchange station they're going to send it to. Like say because I'm in Southern Ontario, so it should go to Toronto or Niagara to be sorted, which is to me doesn't make sense because we're right on the border. Why don't you send it to Detroit because it's going to Atlanta? Like if you send UPS, UPS's main sorting station is in Atlanta. So what'll happen is but with Canada Post, they'll send it to, instead of Toronto, they'll send it to Montreal because they just want to keep Montreal ticking over. Or they'll send it to Winnipeg. I've had stuff go to Winnipeg before it crosses the border. Then it goes down to Atlanta and then gets distributed from Atlanta to wherever it has to go.
Right.
So that same thing happens to Australia. And anytime I had to send something to Australia, if it was like in letter form, whatever, I just sent it FedEx overnight. That's the only way they could get it within 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, like especially at Christmas time, that's what was happening here in Canada. They were shipping it to Winnipeg, shipping it to everywhere west to get sorted and sent from there. As opposed to we're right here in Ontario, like it's going to New York or whatever. Should have stayed on the East Coast. It should have been shipped over there.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
To get back into the slot car conversation, I was talking to Joe. Joe's here. Is he still here? Or did he leave? He was watching a movie. I was talking to Joe about Polycar, and he got to experience it on the weekend, and it kind of rekindled, when I was talking to him last week about it, rekindled my passion for this stuff, because I've had a Polycar track for 2 years, and I've actually got about 200 feet of it. 170 to 200 feet. I bought all of Ernie's leftovers after he built his track at Scale Auto Racing. So I really love this stuff, this Polycar track. So I set a little track up here on my table, but I have a piece here, and what's neat about it is it has this texture, right?
Yeah.
It's very, very tactile, so everything sticks to it really nicely. And I'm just going to show you for scale-wise, because these are 124 cars. Now, at least you can get a card between them, right?
Yeah.
So, but they will rub. But you can run them if you're using skirts, but they will rub. So it's up to you whether you want to, they're going to rub door handles. So, but it's possible to run a 124 car on Polytrack. But ideally, it's made for 132. And so I have a track here. I can switch cameras. I'm Warren from Lighttech. Sorry for the shameless plug there. LighttechSlots.ca. Because Dan will share it, I'm sure. He's really good that way, and I really appreciate everything that he's done to put the word out there and get me out there.
Open doors for Canadian creators.
Yeah. I'm trying to create. The creating part is the hardest part, right? Because you always have that conflict of you want perfection and you don't want to put the stuff out there. We were talking about that previously. Yeah. But you just gotta get stuff out there. And then today I think I posted 3 videos. So they were all shorts, but it was the fencing that comes from. I buy stuff from everybody. I'm a dealer, but I'm also a collector. So I got stuff last week from Cincy Slots. I got stuff from Professor Motors. I buy from everybody in the States, all the vendors over there. Right. So it's a perpetual thing. It's always going on. I was there, brother, but the wife made me mute the live to watch a movie. So I said he's watching a movie. Drawing out the divorce papers. Poor guy. So I can switch. Do you want me to switch cameras here? What's the best way to roll with this? Here's the track I got set up right now.
There you go. Wow, that's nice. Hang on a sec.
So this is a Polycar track. Okay, these aren't the standard controllers that come with it. These are Professor Motors controllers. But let me show you this. This is really neat. I'm gonna just talk. I'm gonna show you the power supply on this. So the power supply, you guys still there?
Yeah.
Is switchable. Now it's got a European plug on it. It comes with an adapter.
Oh, that's cool.
But you can switch the voltage on it.
Oh,
So
just
you,
like,
so you can
just
turn
like,
it down for the
HO?
kids, turn it up for yourself, turn it all the way up to 14.8 volts. So that's what comes with the track. This is the BZR drift track, but it also has. I've added 2 extra straights, and I probably shouldn't have because I should have showed you what you get actually out of the box. But I just want to make that clear that I did add a couple pieces. So let me just plug this back in.
And that's for 132nd cars?
This is for 132nd cars, yeah. And these are the cars that come with it. They're Subaru BZRs. Now, Slot R just did a review of these cars. I've had this set for 2 years, and so the brushes have got some wear on them, but the cars are pretty decent. The mirrors are rubber, so they'll take a beating, like you can see there.
Smart.
They're not breaking off. It'd be funny if it fell off right then. But they're not. So let me see if this is it this one? This one. No.
Okay, so this is just analog, right?
This is just analog. So you got 2 lanes. Yeah, look, the cars have lights too.
Yeah, I like that. That's
So
one of the things I like about the larger cars.
yeah, and let me get it going. Once it's warmed up, they go really good. I don't have any railings on here or anything, so maybe a car goes flying, but they stick pretty good. Track sticks good. So here's I'll put the red one on. Here I'm gonna double fist it. I'm gonna be driving both cars at the same time. Which one do you think's gonna win?
And by win, you mean not fall off the table?
Well, red's always faster, right, Dan?
Yeah.
Here it comes. Apparently, I flipped her. I flipped the red one. It's on its side over there down here. So, anyway, this is the Polycar track. So,
And those cars don't have magnets.
they've got little magnets, but it's not. They're not super strong. That's another thing. Like a lot of people forget because they all want to change. Carrera's analog cars to digital for a Carrera track. But let me see this one. Let me put the magnet on it. Yeah, it's got a little bit of magnetism on it, so it'll fall off. But a Carrera car will stick to it. Look, before it falls off, I got to turn it right upside down because Carrera cars have neodymium magnets in them. So the neodymium magnets is because Carrera track's stainless, right?
Yeah.
It's less magnetic, so they have stronger magnets in a Carrera car. But I switched this one. This is a digital, and I switched it to analog. Let's see, is it this controller? It's this one. I should know my controllers. And you forget that you can go backwards compatible with your Carreras, right?
Yeah.
You can go frontwards and backwards. You can go digital or analog. So my Corvette runs really good on this. These Corvettes are so fast. If you guys see these ever, get yourself one. It's a great car right out of the box. I don't know what it was about this series of cars, if it was the motors were faster or what, but it's a fast car. I think on Raul's track too, this one I think holds his record.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then we just change lanes. This is Revo. So I'm chipping this Revo tomorrow. This one's gonna go digital. It has no magnets in it right now. So
I love
look,
that.
it just drifted around there. Drift. Wow, I deslotted.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Need the axle box so I can run them both at the same time if I want.
Did you, Dan? When you got your Revo, did you have to tighten up your motor block and do your gear mesh and all that stuff?
No.
No.
No, although I do, I just I always unloosen, like just snap all the nuts,
Yeah.
and then just tighten them back up again.
Okay.
Just to check them out. Yeah, I've watched Slot R, Dave from Slot R, so many times in relation to getting my Revos ready. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's it's
Yeah,
kind
him
of
and-
like my best videos right now are HO videos in relation to hop ups or what to buy.
The tuning aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big. Yeah. Huge.
Yeah. That's like a lot of people, because that's the key to it, right? You want to get that car dialed in perfectly.
So
This is the poster I got. I went to the 24-hour in Michigan.
yes.
So I got the poster and I framed it today. This from Cloverleaf Racing.
Oh,
Beautiful
man,
poster. They've got this on their website.
Cool.
If you guys, they've got them from last year and this year, but it makes great like track art or for your man cave or garage or whatever. Because it's you can see it's a fantastic poster.
Was that at Watkins Glen?
No, that was at Cloverleaf Racing. It was the 24-hour of Michigan 132 slot car races.
Oh, slot car racing. Okay.
Yeah, slot car racing 24 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where in Michigan?
And Fenton, Michigan.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I grew up in the Detroit area.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, I'm in Amherstburg. Do you know Amherstburg at all? Well, Amherstburg's across from Detroit. You know about Boblo Island?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there.
I used to go over to Canada and drink all the time when I was 12.
Right?
As long as your head went above the bar, you could drink in Windsor.
Right, and I'd go to the States for all the concerts.
Yep. That's when all you needed was your driver's license.
Yeah, that's true. Good old days.
Right.
Everything went batty. So anyway, I've got this couple of things. We'll get back on track here. So I have this Polycar track, the BZR set, on my website on sale for this April too. So go check it out, please. Litechslots.ca, and there's it's my birthday on Wednesday, so I'm giving $10 off to everybody if you use coupon code BDAY. You get $10. I got a 10% and a $10 off coupon. So I'm giving you $10 to put towards the purchase of something on the website, and 10% on anything until the end of the month, because it's my birthday month. Ooh, happy birthday!
Nice.
Happy birthday!
Nice.
So
Okay. So before we get too far along here, I wanted to ask Chris, HO wise, okay, what is it you would like to see happen in the coming months, years? Like, what do you see for the vision?
My vision
Yeah.
of what I think HO should do.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, we'll start with what I first said and come up with some innovative new cars. Not remakes of the old crap.
Mm-hmm.
We're not getting new stuff.
Would you
know?
would you light the cars?
I would love to see lighted cars come back if they work right.
Right.
If
And
they work right.
We're gonna have a talk to Steve Pataki in the coming weeks about exactly that question. Lighting up slot cars in general, doing it yourself, or even just talking about the companies just getting it right and doing it for them.
Yeah, they don't have to make it standard, but like they used to, sell some flamethrower cars.
Yes.
You decide if you want them in regular or flamethrower.
Right. I agree. I think that they should be sold in two ways, just like you're saying right now. Yeah, and not with those rice grain incandescent bulbs, man.
No.
Steve Pataki has it figured out. He has it figured out, and like I said, we're going to talk. It's actually quite amazing, the kind of things that can be done with very little effort. So
yeah, those little LED bulbs, you can do it with those, and you can do it right yourself. I saw Steve's videos.
Yeah, fantastic, eh? I love.
Oh, they were.
Yeah,
they were. That's why I don't do anything like that, because he's got them. If somebody asks me about them, I refer them to him.
Right. And for me, it was I wanted to do it, but I just had Steve from Stockpile Hobbies do them for me on the AFX cars, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
He mastered it. I'd like
it's all
it to
great
see him,
stuff.
as we discussed, also address the track issues.
Right. Uh, Most importantly, I think, is the track issue at this point in time because, like I was saying, slot cars HO right now is a bit of a cash grab because, like I said, companies are just taking the same old already out and just putting a new something or other on it. It's the same crap. It's the same pig with the bow tie. It's the same turd in a in a in a dress. You know, it's not going to get any better. It's basically right now it's everybody trying to make money where the hobby's stuck right now. There's no innovation going on. Nothing extravagant is happening other than one new tooling.
One.
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 In how many
No
years?
new chassis, no new
No
additions, no new timing systems to sell for your track like they used to.
No.
They don't have anything. Everybody's going, like me, going to outside timing systems.
Right? And what's your thoughts on the Auto World wireless set? I have a huge thing to say about that, but I'm kind of curious.
I'm going to stay away from that one
Right?
because I don't agree with it because it doesn't work. And if you get something that works, then put it out. But until you can make sure that it's going to work, I've seen, unfortunately, too many people that have gone through 3, 4, and 5 of those terminal tracks
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah.
to get it to work. And then they still get one lane that doesn't work because it
Right.
was never Bluetooth technology. Yes, it's widespread, but when you're putting it into a slot car track, you better make sure it's right.
Right? And whatever happened to the timing system that they were building for it so that you could literally see it all on your phone? That went poo-poo. And Auto World's not making that anymore, oddly enough. Isn't that strange?
Well,
eh?
that's why my stuff is AFX for the most part. And it's gonna have to be a really impressive car, like that F1 that they came out with, the Alfa Romeo. That's the first cool new car I've seen from AFX in a long, long time.
Yeah.
A long, long time. I look at what you show on these Revo cars, these 1/32, and these, the big 124s, the detailing. I used to run those 124s back in the late 60s when you go to the big, huge track that's in a storefront and you plug your controller in and pay them 50 cents for a half hour.
Right?
I mean, look at that. Look at that detail.
Yeah. That's Revo quality. But that's top premium. This would be like if Auto World was below AFX and there was something right above AFX, that's what this would definitely be.
That'd be like a Viper car.
Yeah, absolutely. It absolutely would. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they're really nice, good styling, and of course, you have your regular Carrera car. They take a good beating. They're made to last. I certainly wouldn't have kids or new drivers on the Revos because these are $150 cars if you live in Canada. You feel it like I do. You know what I mean? If you're Canadian in the house and you've bought a Revo, you're going, yeah, he's right. Yeah.
Yeah, hide it from the
Carrera
wife.
one is affordable, and the Carrera ones will take one of these from the rear end multiple times, and that's what you get with digital. You get a lot of rear ending.
Because you're running multiple cars on the same track.
That's right. Up to 6 for Carrera, yeah. So gets pretty busy.
So, I mean, those are my thoughts on what HO needs to do. They need to come up with something new and innovative.
Yes.
And make sure it's tested and that it works.
Right. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And I think this is where Auto World tripped up big time because they obviously they obviously put that set out probably a year too early by the looks of it because they didn't have the timing system even worked out or anything. I mean, they were literally going to tell you because they're so far behind that you were going to have to drill your own holes in the track. Right? Come on now. Right? I bought this for my kids, and now in order to install the timer, I need.
And then you're sitting there, and your kid's got 3 friends over, and they're all racing, and that terminal track goes out. How do you put a regular controller on it?
The problem is you got to pull the terminal tracks out and replace them with AFX ones. Because I certainly wouldn't replace them with another pair of auto track ones.
You know what that's like, Dan? That's like you saying, when I buy one of these Revo cars, I better buy 2 because one of them isn't going to work.
Oh my! Yeah! Wow! Whew, Warren was a lucky guy if that were the case. Everything's got to be. Well, I buy them all in 2s just because you can't race one car. That's called a time trial. But you're right.
I'm saying if that's what Auto World did. If you want to run this set, you better have backup terminal tracks that you can plug a controller in.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, and what happens when the remote the batteries stop working in the remote controls?
You're done.
I've prompted somebody with this question, and the answer I got was, well, they're going to have to warranty them. What?
After a year, I've only had 3 warranty claims.
On those controllers?
No.
Of your product?
Total in Carrera. Yeah, for Carrera.
Oh, yeah. Well, Carrera does a really good job.
Yeah, and they're all being covered. It was,
They go a little further, and it's kind of nice, that kind of quality. Like I said, right now, I don't.
Yeah, that's hard for the guys in the hobby. Like, how do you stick with that product? And that's why there's other products out there. You're gonna switch and go to them, right?
Yeah, and Auto World's one of the cheapest price-wise slot cars out there, but they took and made these beautiful bodies and painted them nice and put them on 65-year-old chassis technology.
Wow!
I mean, come on.
Yeah. I'm doing the opposite. I'm taking 65-year-old slot car bodies and I want to put them on 3D chassis because I want that classic nostalgia look.
Yeah.
Like here, this is one of the cars that I got. It's the monogram. It's a Can-Am McLaren. Where is it there?
Cool.
So I'm gonna take that body now and I'm gonna put. I want to get a chassis for it, a 3D chassis. And I put that in 132 slot car group the other day to find out, is there a universal chassis? Like I know I'm jumping down another rabbit hole. That's kind of crazy, but I want to get a universal kind of 3D chassis that I can use on a Rebel monogram, on a Carrera, on anything. Just adjust the screw positions, pop it in, tune up the wheels, put whatever drivetrain I want in it, whatever motor, chip it if I want or not, run analog or digital. And run these old beauties because these are beautiful cars. The lines of some of this stuff from the 60s and 80s to me is just like amazing.
Oh yeah,
and I love those old cars.
It is.
Yeah. Here's one of my favorites. You don't see with this all the time. This is a Vanquish. Let's see how to hold this.
Oh man, that's nice.
So this is.
That's sweet.
It's a McLaren M8D. Now this company went out of business. They're called Vanquish. And I found out about them from Sean. Now watch this. You take the body off, and it's a scale model.
Holy cow.
Wait, it gets better. I'll take it off the Plymouth here. Look at that differential in the back. The detail in there. Man. It actually has a differential. So when I turn the wheel, this wheel, the other one's turning the opposite way. It's independent. So it'll steer around the track when you're driving it, like like a real car. But look at the detail on that thing.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
I do like that. Yeah,
I like that a lot.
That's a Vanquish, and it was Sean put me onto that. One of the guys from GRL. I call him Slot Car Yoda because he's the guys that just a wealth of knowledge and have been super helpful. Again, it's the people you meet in the community that are the best part of it. And he was like, "Oh, have you ever seen a Vanquish?" And I was like, "What? What's that?"
That is cool.
So, yeah, wow, Dave. So,
yeah, I've done that too. I've got a '63 splitback coupe Corvette from the 1960s. Pristine yellow paint, et cetera, and it's got an aftermarket Jag Hobbies chassis that is almost as fast as a Viper HO car.
Wow.
With huge downforce, and so it won't run off the track and crash this body that's 65 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and that's fun and cool to do. So, but yeah, some of the stuff that they used to make, I inherited. My brother-in-law had 200 feet of Aurora model motoring track and another 100 feet of Atlas track. And all these bodies and car parts. Took all the bodies and car parts out, and I started rebuilding them all. So I've got these old original model motoring things. The ones where they didn't carve out the wheel wells to put silicone slicks on them to make them go faster around the track because they didn't have magnets.
Right.
But they're just cool. They're really cool looking. And it's nice to have a new chassis underneath.
Oh, man. The feeling of a new chassis,
Well,
regardless of the scale.
that's giving new life to some of these older cars that are you probably have, like, especially if you're nostalgic, you have a soft spot for that car. Like for me, it's a 917.
Yeah.
I'm like, I started with 917s and in the AFX. I had that the glow in the dark set. It had the two 917s. The one was yellow and the other one was like an orange.
Oh, the glow in the yeah.
Glow in the dark 917 Porsches. Yeah, and then everything, you'd light up your guardrails, and we used to take the lamp, my mom's lamp, pull the top off the lamp and run it around the track, get everything on.
Get the glow going.
And then shut the lights off and then race.
That's awesome.
Well, we'd forget to put the lampshade back on the lamp. Man, when we'd get yelled at when my mom got home. So, but yeah,
memories. That's why we do it. A lot of us memories.
Yeah. So that's that nine. I started with 917s, and I've kind of had a sweet spot for them forever. So,
oh man, it's a nice
crazy thing. Right before I came on here, I got a phone call, and I heard that for that 24-hour race in Michigan, the car that won was a Mr. Slot Car, Ernie's car, Mr. Slotcar.ca Ferrari. So, yay Canada! That's why I had this. Yay Canada! Sorry, guys.
No, it wasn't the steroids.
Yeah, I'm gonna. It's on it's on Home Racing World apparently. So I'm gonna go take a look at it afterwards. Go read up about what everything that went down there, because that was an awesome experience. I'll do that again next year.
Yeah, it sure looked pretty cool. There's an awful lot of people who are filming it, so there's quite a bit of coverage out there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to check that out tomorrow.
Yeah, I like these large scale courses. They're really big and laid out. You can actually see the cars go around.
I've seen a couple of these big ones they make over in Europe. And I thought, man, that took some time, but they're running for 10, 12 hours. I've never heard of a 24-hour one, so that's kind of cool.
Man, spend your whole evening just racing. That would be something.
Slotted does one as well in Italy. I think it's in Italy or Spain. They do a 24-hour, and NSR has one as well. The Slotted one, they use their oxygen timing system. And they actually laid out the Le Mans 24-hour track inside of a gym.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow, cool.
Like to scale. So it's 132 scale, the whole Le Mans track, and you race around it. And they've got spotters, and the guys are in sleeping bags or cushions laying next to the track with a cushion there. So the car falls off, they put it back on.
Yeah.
So if something breaks, can they fix it just like in a real race?
I don't know all the rules, but yes, they do. Like they've got 4 motors. They have a limit though. Like they can't just go through motors. I think they have 4 or 5 motors, and that's what they're allowed to use for the race.
There's a pit area.
There's a bunch of rules to it. I don't know all of them because I just watched it online on YouTube. It was live. It's usually around July, September, somewhere around there. July. I think it's in July.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you always see guys running with their cars to the pit area because you can't
Yeah.
work on your car at the track. You got to take it to the workbench area.
Yeah, they got
So
yeah.
yeah,
No.
these completely athletic, for the most part, gentlemen sprinting for their lives.
Well, yeah, have you ever seen the world when they have the what do they call them? Those the wedges, those
Oh, the wings or
the wing
whatever.
cars,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the guys are like this.
yeah.
It's madness. I'm like, they're gonna need a chiropractor after that. They're like, choo, choo, choo.
It's like who
There's a whole
won?
bunch
Everyone's waiting for the results.
I'm not making fun of them. I'm just saying it's odd looking from a spectator's standpoint.
Well, I myself like to see my car go around. You pay a
Yeah.
lot of money for the cars, the liveries on them.
Yeah,
I
they're
wanna
just
see them.
yeah, they're flying. I mean, they're just like flat out. So I'm probably gonna get some hate mail from one of them. The
Yeah, eventually,
Association
right?
of Global. We don't like you. You- I hope not.
Oh man,
But it is, you know, because when you first experience stuff like that, you know, to each their own. We're all, you know, they probably look at us and they're like, look at those slow pokes, man. Those guys are so slow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, where are we at an hour and 28 minutes? Wow, what a conversation. Let's before we go anywhere, let's do the standard. So
Wait,
I'm
did,
sitting here thinking, how can I make a bell notification video that viewers will actually want to watch?
You're gonna want that cowbell.
Did he just say cowbell?
I gotta have more cowbell.
It's not a cowbell.
I could have used a little more cowbell.
All right then, hit the cowbell notification button so you don't miss any of my up and coming content. Woo! Man, did I ever have fun making that commercial?
hey, Dan, you're keeping both your tracks, right? You're not getting rid of your HO track?
Yeah, I don't know. It all depends on whether I could sell my pool table underneath it. And
That's what I heard you say that last year that you were contemplating selling your pool table,
Yeah.
which would take away your track.
Right. Well, not necessarily take the track. Yeah, because I don't have a way to lift the track off the table without dismantling it. So,
Yeah. Okay.
in the meantime, what I'll be doing is I'll be running all my HO cars on the Carrera track.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, and I'm going to be doing up my Carrera track with full scenery and that kind of thing. I got some really great ideas, and with a larger scale, it'll allow me to do a little
Oh,
bit
I'm
more.
sure it'll look great. Your other track looked great.
Yeah, thanks a lot, brother. I put a lot of work into that, so I figured the more realism, the better, and lights just takes it to a whole nother level. You know, I'm sure anybody who's ever put lighting of any sort on their racetrack, it looks good. You know, just me using the tea lights for like campfires, the flickering tea lights, poke a hole underneath and pop them up through. Just simple things like that, you know. And now in the dollar store, you can buy a whole string of LED lights that you just plug in, right? And some of them, if they're used properly, look good. Some look cheesy, but in the end, you know, it's just you're just lighting it up. It's kind of nice.
It's like anything that the technology gets more accessible and the price point comes down. Not like you say with LEDs. Like remember buying a string of them was $200 back a couple of years ago.
Yeah. And now they're everywhere, man. I was so surprised to see them in the dollar store, $5 for 3 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Throw them in your garage. Put them in.
I put them underneath my cabinets in the kitchen, man. And light
Yeah.
up and I have some really nice ones, like some quality ones, on top of my cabinets, actually facing upwards.
Yeah.
So it gives a nice hue, a colored hue in the room.
Yeah.
You know, nothing too strong, just really nice, you know. Towards the end of the night, you're walking around and you got whatever color you want. Irene likes.
It's a good thing to do in your kitchen too, underneath and above your cabinet.
That's right. Yeah, and it's so incredibly easy. Like you don't underneath, you peel and stick. On top, you just lay it out there. You don't even have to stick it to anything.
Yep.
It's fantastic. Plus, it looks great too. So, you know, it's always a good idea. Just something a little different. That's for sure. So, Slot Car Misfits of all scales. Thanks for joining us tonight. Right at the tail end.
Hi, Tom.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so we're at a minute and a half. We're at an hour and a half now, and we're gonna start winding it down. But before we do, I first want to say thank you to my giveaway winner. No drama. Thank you very much, Tom. I appreciate it. Well, this concludes another Monday Night Slot Car Live. Tonight we were talking with Chris Baylis from Blue Ridge Racing, and we have Warren from
How's it?
Slot
Light Tech.
Light Tech. Where the hell did I get Slot Tech from?
I don't know.
Fuck, what an idiot.
I'm gonna go Google that and see what it comes up with.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Maybe you should buy that domain now. That hey, I was thinking of a new name. I don't know. Dad
Slot
kept saying
Tech.
my fucking name wrong.
I have a friend that's very astute with business.
Can't say fuck.
Yeah, don't say that. The guy's related, or not related. The guy's an awesome businessman anyway. And
Yeah.
he says to me, he's like, "Why that name? Why that name?" And I'm like, I was like, "Well, I had it registered. I had everything registered because I have a laser business. So it's
Right.
Light Tech. It's Light Tech Custom is the laser business. So
There you
everything,
go.
the tax, the importation, everything was already registered. And for expediting the process, I went with under that business Light Tech slots.
There
So-
you have it.
But maybe I'll do a name change.
I've heard that name before, Dan. Slot Tech. I don't know where.
Have you?
It sounded familiar when you mentioned it.
It does, eh? It's like that's probably why it just didn't seem wrong to me. But I must have come across it recently. I don't know why.
Yeah,
But
it's
anyways, sorry.
it's hard trying to come up with a name because anything slots, you right away you're getting all the blue-haired ladies that want to think it's a casino.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Here, go on.
Online
Oh, no.
slots. Oh, let's go there.
Yep.
Cha-ching. All right. So, thank you, Warren. I appreciate you popping in tonight.
Thank you, Dan.
Fantastic. And we'll see you again shortly, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Always Canadian.
Good to meet you, Warren.
Good meeting you, Chris. Too. It was a pleasure meeting you, and thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Chris, any last words? I personally want to say thank you for joining us tonight. I absolutely appreciated this conversation we finally got to have.
Yeah,
You know?
thank you for having me. It's been a while, because I patterned a lot of what I did after watching your videos. So you were a huge help to me when I got into this. Just huge.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep.
That's sort of the reason why I want this show is just to get everybody sort of on the same page. You know what I mean?
It's
There's no reason why- Sorry,
Yours
go
and
ahead.
Scott's. I mean, we've got enough live streams now between you, Scott, Adam, Mark.
Yeah.
There's plenty of live streams. There's plenty of forums where people can ask questions and do this kind of thing, which is what I keep, telling people and referring them to these, which I've done all along. Just put your links in my descriptions
Yeah.
because they're important, and that's how you learn. That's how I learn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and
Yeah.
the good thing is, like, thinking about when you started, like, the information wasn't readily available. At least for me, it wasn't, because I think we sort of fall into that in-between gap,
Yeah.
where everyone our age is coming back from, life. I get it, man. Being a 16-year-old boy, chances of getting laid, meeting a girl are almost like nothing if you're like, hey, no, I don't want to go to the bar or to the bush drinking, man. Let's go back to my house and play slot cars, baby. Head out to the garage and play slot cars, right?
Yep.
You've never done a show. I've done shows where, like, I've done toy shows and fairs, and then I'm standing there with slot cars on my table, and people are walking. I'm like, it's for I'm not going to say anything about the sexes, but a lot of people come and they'll be like, oh, I remember this. I used to play with my dad. Holy cow, you got a business card. They're interested, or they're like they just want to drive. I let them drive the cars, and the kids drive the cars. And I've had kids say, this is better than video games.
Right.
There's a lot of guys out there now, Warren, that are getting back into it because they've been watching these videos.
Yeah.
And that's what the hobby needs.
Yeah.
And, when I came along, I had a choice between watching Dan's videos and Brian Young's videos.
Yeah.
Well, Dan had a real track, all set up.
Yeah.
And he took apart the cars and showed you how to change the magnets. And
yes. Tuning was great.
Versus, I love Brian to death, but I can only watch him walk around the store and eat food for 5 minutes. That's what all I'm good for.
I love Brian's video where he does the. I actually sent it to Joe the other day. We were talking about the conversion tax, and Brian did a video where he's talking about, you got Polycar, you got SCX, you got Scale Electric, to Ninco. I got it all. And he's like, he had his Ticker Pro Toys sign falls down. Somebody's asking him questions. He's like, I'm in the middle of a live. It was great though. It was just like, I love that video.
My wife sits across the table from me when I listen to videos in the mornings, and she just cracks her up.
Yeah.
It's just like, that guy is just cracking me up. So she goes with me. It's like, come January 1, are we going to Slack Car Show in April? Yeah, we're going.
Yeah.
It's a nice little getaway for us. We drive up there and hang out in Akron and do a few things. And this year for my giveaway, I gave away 300 feet of track, all the old Aurora and Atlas track to a guy. I had like 6 or 7 guys that put their names in. I drew it out of a hat. And it just so happens that this guy that won it has a little teeny setup on a 3x4 foot table, and now he's building a 10 by 14 foot table. And he's going to do a huge 4-lane track of all old Aurora track, and now he can do it with all that he won.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I know it's going to a good home.
That's good. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I cleaned out my storage, and I had 2 boxes of Scale Electric track, and there's a guy locally that's bought from me before, and so I text messaged him, and I was like, I got the Scale Electric. Some of it's got like surface rust. It's going to need some working or whatever. I said, do you want it? And he's like, I'll take it. So I got to drop it off, and I haven't forgot about you.
Perfect.
So he might be watching, but it's coming.
Perfect. Perfect.
Pass it on and spread it around.
That's right.
Well, that's what
That's
it's
right.
all about, man.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, guys. I want to thank you all for watching tonight. Don't forget, we'll see you all next Monday.
Thanks for having me.
Keep watching for the review of the new yellow and fluorescent green GT1 Revo style. We'll see you guys.
See you. Thanks again, Dan.
Yep.
You betcha.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks. Nice meeting you, Chris. See you
Good
guys
meeting you,
later.
Warren.
Good night, everybody. Cheers.